Hello everyone! Today I am going to be looking at, reviewing, and recapping The Return of the King, a game based on the movie of the same name that was released for GameCube, PC, Xbox, PlayStation 2, and a few others not worth mentioning back in 2003. This game holds a lot of memories for me. I remember waking up early on Saturday mornings, just so I could watch my older brother and cousin play it. What? I never said it was one of my favorite games to play. Licensed games carry with them a pretty bad rap, and not without reason. A lot of, if not most of them, are just low-quality cash grabs thrown together in an effort to make a few extra bucks off of a popular, or at least big, movie. But sometimes you will find a licensed game that is not only a good licensed game, but is just an outright good game in its own right. Is this one of them? Well, let's find out. Just a quick note, for this video I'm going to be emulating the GameCube version, because while I have the PC version, right here, it doesn't work so well with controllers, which is what I'm going to be using to play this game. Also another note, the PC version won't natively run on Windows 10. If you install it and try to launch it, all it will do is just crash back to desktop. However, there is a fan-made patch that can be downloaded, and I will link to it in the description if I can find it again, so that anyone who wants to run it on Windows 10 can run it on Windows 10. Just thought I would mention that. Now on to the game! Alright, choose your difficulty. Obviously I'm going to pick hard because normal is for casuals. After that, the game begins with a cutscene made with footage taken from the films. But I've seen the movies many times, so I'm just going to skip this. I said skip. Really? That's my favorite way to begin a game. A long, unskippable cutscene. Ugh.
Sauron will use his puppet Saruman to destroy the people of Rohan.
But to Helm's Deep! Leave none alive!
Isengard has been unleashed.
You know what, I'm just going to fast forward through here so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Faster. 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 Okay, good. Wow, are we actually in the game now? That transition was so smooth that I couldn't even tell. So we're actually playing the game now, and something quickly becomes apparent. You can't die. I guess it's because of the tutorial level, but you'd think that in hard mode you'd still be able to die. Whatever. Kill these guys and then run up the wall and help Legolas with his orc problem that's super urgent. Look, Legolas, I don't know if you've noticed, but there are orcs everywhere, not just where you are. After helping Legolas, Aragorn now has a problem, so we deal with that and... Whoa! I guess we just blew up the causeway into Helm's Deep. Good thing there's a breach in the wall so that people can still get in and out. Well, now that we're done with the tutorial, it's time for... oh, joy. Another unskippable cutscene. And now we get the opportunity to purchase abilities with the XP we earned. These are permanent, per character, and can be anything from special combo attacks to increased health and damage to... well, that's about it, actually. It might not sound like much, but the combo attacks make the game much more interesting. It can be difficult to pull them off at times, but when you do, there's nothing more satisfactory than watching your character kill an enemy in an epic way. Well, now that we did that, it's time to... come on! Honestly, as annoying as the cutscenes can be, at least they got Sir Ian McKellen to voice them rather than some sound-alike.
He senses the ring will draw close, and the strength of the ring-bearer will fail.
So now that that's out of the way, we're presented with the main game, which is divided into 3 parts. The Path of the Wizard, the Path of the King, and the Path of the Hobbits. Technically, you can do them in any order you want, but if you start with any path other than the Path of the Wizard, you'll get to a point where you can't progress in that path without having to go back to do the others. That being the case, let's just start with good old Gandalf's path. Naturally, there's another cutscene, and then we get to play through Fangorn Forest, pursuing the fleeing Uruk-hai. While this was not in either the book or the film, it is still fun to do. And I especially like this part where you're supposed to kill 75 orcs, but if you just hang back, the Ents will do all the work for you. And if you try to help them, they will step on you. Basically, laziness pays. Alright, I killed all 75 of those orcs definitely on my own, and now I can move on. Personally, I think it was very considerate of the orcs to strategically place explosives right beneath the towers that they're in, so that I can kill them with as much convenience as possible. Who says orcs are bad people? The only part left of this level is defending an Ent while he rips off the support beams holding up the dam. I remember this being way easier for them in the movie, but I guess this is the extended edition. The next level is one that gave me a lot of difficulty when I was a kid, both when I was playing it and when I was watching my brother and cousin play it. Don't ask. Minas Tirith, top of the wall. Basically, you have to keep the orc population on the wall low by killing them as fast as you can, but more keep coming. They put up ladders, which you can knock down, and after a while start rolling up siege towers, which can be destroyed either with tower-mounted catapults or with Gandalf's overpowered range attack. But just because you can do those things does not make it easy. And what happens if this pie chart with a picture of a guy staring wistfully into the distance fills up? Dead. Yes, this level was so difficult that I'm honestly surprised that I beat it first try. I thought that'd be harder. Either I've gotten better or this game got way easier. Probably the first one, because I'm playing on a higher difficulty than I was then. No matter, we've saved the day and now we have to run down to the courtyard to watch all of the soldiers die. Nice one, Gandalf. You protect yourself, but you just let all of them dead? I see how it is. Next level, courtyard. Protect the people while they evacuate the lower level of the city until 200 have made it. After that, forget the rest. They can fend for themselves. I'm no expert, but shouldn't this have been done before the city was attacked? Before the gate was breached, at least. In the book, they actually did evacuate the women and children before the city was attacked, but I guess people in video games are just stupid. This level is decently difficult, but I'm pretty good at it, and I'm dead. Well, as I was saying, I played this level a lot and got pretty good at it, and dead again. Why is it that I remember the previous level is really hard, but not this one? Probably because I never got past the previous one when I was a kid. Well, I finally didn't dead, so now we get to move on to the Path of the Hobbits. In this series of levels, we get to play as the formerly underappreciated hero Samwise Gamgee. The first one is escaping from Osgiliath after Faramir's all like, okay, I guess I won't doom all of Middle-earth to certain destruction, you can go. So we fight through some orcs, hide from the Ring Wraiths, don't get discovered, and do what hobbits do best. Climbing. Hey, I heard you were looking for a ring. And then sewers. Yes, they managed to fit a sewer segment into a Lord of the Rings game. Needless to say, I'm impressed. Shelob's lair. Oh no, Frodo got the gotted by Shelob. We have to go rescue him. There are a lot more spiders in here than I remember. Although, I guess the level would be pretty boring if all you did was walk through the tunnels unopposed. And there's even orcs living in here? Huh. I guess Shelob's not so dangerous after all. I was wrong! Okay, maybe this time. You know, if it wasn't for the checkpoint I got right before fighting Shelob, this would be really annoying. I lied. This is really annoying anyway. Alright, I finally beat Shelob by jabbing her with my elven blade. Awesome. But, oh no, Frodo's dead. Whatever shall I do? I guess just leave him in the open for some orcs to find or something. Well, guess that was the wrong decision. Cirith Oh no, Frodo got gotted by orcs. We have to go rescue him. Again. In this level, we have to fight our way through Cirith Ungol to rescue Frodo, killing at least 80 orcs along the way for some arbitrary reason. You can kill them in a variety of ways too. You can stab them in the back, you can set them on fire, you could even drop a giant chandelier on them. Chandelier. Not really the sort of thing you'd think of orcs as having. The orcs will also kill one another, or at least they'll take turns hitting each other with swords. The reason for this is not entirely clear. I guess they're bored and violence is the only thing to do in Sauron's army? Well, now that we've killed our 80 plus orcs, we just have to walk across a bridge to the tower where Frodo is being held. I'm sorry, did I say walk? I meant run, because the bridge collapses behind you, and if you're too slow, you go with it. I wonder how Frodo and Sam will get back out if there's no bridge. Then, boss fight! After Shelob, this guy is pretty underwhelming. All you have to do is break his shield, jab him with a spear, and then wail on him until he picks up another shield, and then repeat until he's dead.
Sam! Come on, Mr. Frodo. I know the way out of here.
Yes, it's just across the bridge that I collapsed on my way in. Oh wait. Path of the King. The first path in which we actually get to pick a character. We have the choice of Aragorn, Legolas, or Gimli. I picked Legolas because, deep down, I think we're the same person. I am also the immortal prince of a massive forest that is inhabited by giant spiders. Paths of the Dead. You run and sometimes walk through caverns, all whilst killing dead people. However that works. It's a pretty long level, but it's not really difficult. Or I'm just that good. Who can really say? One of the nice things about playing as Legolas is that if you fully charge your range attack, it will one-hit kill most enemies. This would be overpowered were it not for the fact that, unlike in the movies, Legolas, all characters really, has limited ammo. He can only have 30 shots at a time, but enemies will drop more ammo along with health. Another thing I've neglected to mention until this point. Yes, there are 2 collectibles, health and ammo, both of which can be picked up by any character you play as, so long as they need it. To pick it up, you just walk on top of it, which can be annoying if you're playing multiplayer and you need the health, but your brother keeps picking it up by accident, and so you die!
I'm speaking from personal experience on that one.
For whatever reason, they decided to have the boss fight be in entirely separate levels.
So let's do that now.
Who enters my domain?
One who would hold you to your oath.
I love the lip syncing that they clearly put a lot of effort into.
Very cool.
There's actually a glitch with this particular cutscene. After Aragorn says, "One who would hold you to your oath," the King of the Dead is supposed to say, "The dead do not suffer the living to pass." But at least half the time he says absolutely nothing and just waves.
And no, it's not because I'm emulating it, as it was like that even when we were playing it the normal way.
So I hurt the king guy and then he summons some minions to fight me. I kill them and then I hurt him some more. I kill more minions, hurt him, and he does whatever this is. I've played this game and watched the movies probably more than a dozen times, and I still have no idea what he's doing. Then he has massive allergies and can't stop sneezing. I figured out that it's safer to go behind this rock because it doesn't break. After that, it's just a simple matter of not dying before he does. I cut it pretty close, but was still able to beat him first try. Now for the second part of the boss fight level, running back through the level while it collapses behind you. Every so often it stops you to fight some enemies, and for whatever reason the collapsing waits for you to kill them. Now this part would be way worse if it was the entirety of the previous level, but they actually shortened it quite a bit. But what is really weird is this. The place is collapsing, but Legolas won't move any faster than a walk through the fog. Why?
I don't know.
Anyway, I made it to the end, beat the guys, and saved.
Fight when your people.
Now you may notice that when purchasing upgrades for Legolas, I avoid the arrow upgrades.
This is because I discovered that if you upgrade his arrows, it removes the ability to one-hit enemies.
It's kind of weird, actually. Plus, I think the glowy looks stupid.
The next level is by far my favorite, for reasons I will explain shortly. Please remain seated with the camera's in motion. At first, it's all just empty, but try to go through the gate and... Cave Troll attack!
Trolls are usually pretty difficult to deal with, but if you're good, like me, you can just one-hit them with a spear.
Then, all that's left in this level is dealing with the more than 200 orcs that attack. And that's why I like this level. You don't really have to go anywhere or do much of anything. You just have to kill a whole lot of orcs. Orcs who have neither shields nor bows, which makes it far less annoying than otherwise. Well, I say you don't have to do anything, but after you kill all the orcs, you do have to knock down a tower to make a way up onto the gate to open it.
Or I suppose you could do that without killing all the orcs, but in the dozens of times I've played this level, I have literally never done that.
So, on top of the gate, kill another troll because they always come in pairs, aside from when they don't, and then Oliphant attack! The Oliphant is cool, but it's not really difficult because you just have to shoot it a few times and then it blows up. Thank you, enemies, for the conveniently placed explosives.
They make my job so much easier.
Then we open the gate and, oh no, there are 8 more orcs cutting us off. However, will I deal with 8 more orcs? I don't know, guys, this might be too much for us. Oh wait. Again, thank you, enemies, for the conveniently placed method of your death. I made Legolas' knives glow as he runs off. For whatever reason, I enjoy affecting the scripted parts in whatever way I can. Now that we've completed my favorite level, it's time for probably my least favorite level in the entire game. The first part is fine, you just have to kill 60 enemies with a terrible camera angle. Oh yeah, probably should have mentioned by now, but this game has some really, really bad camera angles at times. And no, there is no way to affect the camera with a controller in any way. After we kill the 60 enemies, we have to prevent Oliphants from reaching Eowyn and Merry.
And this is the part I don't like.
It's not really hard, it's just annoying because you have to kill the Oliphant, then run across to the other side with a camera angle that doesn't let you see where you're going, die and restart because it actually is kind of hard, and then a ring wraith attacks. Sometimes I manage to kill him on his first appearance, but if you don't, you have to kill more Oliphants and then shoot him again. After you kill him, you get just the most amazing cutscene.
Merry, I will kill you if you touch him.
Kill me, thou fool. No living man can slay me.
I am no man. You look upon a woman.
Then more explosions. The Black Gate. Unlike most conventional levels in video games, this level starts off with a boss fight, specifically against the Mouth of Sauron. I remember this being a lot easier in the film. Must be the extended edition. Oh wait, I already made that joke. After I kill him, Aragorn looks really pleased with himself despite not helping out at all. Then the Black Gate opens, but it opens a little too slowly, so the orcs just goes through it. The orcs come up and attempt to overwhelm us by only attacking a few at a time. The goal of this part of the level is to kill 6 of the big guys with health bars above their heads, but after a little bit, you also have to protect Gimli, then Aragorn, then Gandalf. Unfortunately, while Gimli and Aragorn seem content to hang out near each other most of the time, Gandalf insists on doing his own thing. Although I guess that's in keeping with his character. Oh wait, I spoke too soon. Now they're spaced out from each other as far apart as they can be. Perfect. Another thing I'd like to point out is if you play this level on co-op, you will only have to protect 2 of them, as the second player will be playing as one of them. In the end, despite Gandalf's best efforts, I was able to survive long enough to fight the ring wraiths. Yes, apparently Sauron has lost patience with us, so he decided to not overwhelm us with orcs, and instead send in 3 ring wraiths. You'd think they'd be really difficult to beat, being unkillable and all, but they seem to be remarkably susceptible to Legolas's bow. Lucky me. By the way, I think Gimli's axe may be alive. Just putting that out there.
Well, we've done it. It wasn't quick, it wasn't easy, but we're finally ready for the last level. And what will it be, this last level that should surpass all previous levels that we've played?
You have to defeat Gollum by knocking him into the lava.
Seriously? After everything that comes before it, this feels really anticlimactic.
But it's worse than that. You may recall that in the Path of the Hobbits, we were only allowed to play as Sam. He was the one that we were leveling up because Frodo was not playable. But in the last level, the only character we can play as is Frodo. Frodo, who is on level 1. After all the emphasis placed on unlocking abilities to improve your character, we have to beat the final boss, who's this guy by the way, as a level 1 character with absolutely nothing unlocked. But it's not even that difficult. All you have to do is lure him over the edge, press Y on the controller for a strong attack repeatedly until he topples over, then stab his hands. Do this a few times and you win. Big whoop-de-doo. Well, whatever. We beat the final level and now we're done with the game, right? Wrong, because now it's time for the bonus level, the Palantir of Saruman. We've also unlocked cheat codes and the additional playable characters of Faramir, Pippin, and Merry. Now, the Palantir of Saruman is a really hard level. You have to survive 20 waves of various enemies, so you'd think I'd make the logical choice and pick my highest level character, Legolas. But I'm so good at this, I think I'll play it with a level 1 Pippin. Well, that didn't go so well. Only made it to wave 4. Okay, so that failed. I guess my only option is to level Pippin to a point where he is no longer susceptible to ghost arrows. I guess I'll just play my favorite level over and over again with him. Alright, we did it. Our Pippin is now level 11. While characters can be leveled all the way to level 20, there aren't any upgrades to bypass level 10, so there's no real point in continuing to level him. But I'm going to do it anyway. Level 20! Now that we're max level, we'll definitely be ready to take on the Palantir of Saruman. Spoke too soon. I guess Pippins just aren't that good. So I tried my level 1 Faramir. Almost did it too. Made it to wave 17. I suppose what we've learned today is that yes, a level 1 Faramir is better than a level 20 Pippin. As if we didn't know that already. I tried a couple more times with Faramir and eventually succeeded, all without a training montage. Now, you're probably thinking that I used a cheat to restore his health, but I can neither confirm nor deny that. Now that we've completed the bonus level, we're actually done, right? Nope, because there's a second bonus level creatively named the Palantir of Sauron. But to unlock it, first we have to grind Gandalf, Sam, and another one to level 10. So I guess that means another training montage. Now that that's finally done, we can play the for real last level of the game. I think I'll pick Gandalf because he's the most powerful, and I want to beat this first try so we can have an epic ending.
Well, so much for that.